the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an internet, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aton, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jahi, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Omari, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America, and are of the Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a denial objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the Black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the Black community of weapons, break up the Black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young Black males under the undercover code name Able 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Rahim Aton, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and/or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, oh flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving it, this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem. Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
All right, all right. Welcome everyone to the Toma Nation's Wednesday study class. We're going to do it a little differently today. I'm doing a part 2 of my lecture on Sunday. Oh, by the way, my name is Minister Omari Jahi. I'm the co-founder of this great movement, the Temple of Mercy Association, aka Toma Nation, along with our founder. I'm the co-founder, but along with our founder, Minister Raheem Kased Aton, and our First Lady, Sister Makita Aisha Aton. Welcome again to our Wednesday study class. We do this every Wednesday. Only thing we're doing a little differently today is that we're going live. We normally don't go live on Wednesday, but we wanted to make sure that this message gets out to as many people as possible. So we're going live today. I want to open us up with a prayer. First, I want to open up with our unity prayer, which is as follows. Please bow your head and close your eyes and open your heart and feel the presence of our Creator all around us and all within us. In the name of the everlasting Father, He that causes all that exists to exist, He that is self-existent. It's He who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and is He who has made time the seed of the universe. He's known among the ancient Kemites or the Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten. He's known among the Muslim or Islamic world as Allah, the one God. He's known among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one, Almighty God, and it's to Him whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we are the descendants of those Black men and women who survived this transatlantic slave trade and are the lost 13th tribe, born here in North America, and that we are a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the planet Earth flow through our veins. I greet you, my brothers and sisters, in the ancient but yet holy words of peace in the languages of our fathers of Hotep. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Habaragani. Alafia. And Ashe. All right, we thank you all once again for being here, and we're going to jump right in because we don't have a whole lot of time to say what needs to be said. So last Sunday, well, again, the title of my lecture is called The Wrong We've Learned to Live With, part 2. Because we've learned to live with a lot of wrong. You guys need to, if you miss Sunday's lecture, you can view it. It's on our Facebook page, Toma Nation 2. You can go on my Facebook page, DJ Tyrone, and view the lecture from last Sunday, so that you can, if you get kind of confused about what we might be talking about, because some of it may be a carryover from last Sunday. So I'm gonna jump right in, because we're talking about the wrong we've learned to live with. And in the book of Proverbs 23, verse 7, in the Holy Bible, it reads, as a man thinketh. And I didn't put it on my paper, but in his heart, so is he. So it reads, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So, but to fully understand what the writer of Proverbs meant, and by the way, the writer of Proverbs, whether we know it or not, is, and let me just say this, Proverbs is my favorite book of the Bible. Not Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Revelation, none of them. Proverbs is my favorite book in the Bible, because it was written by the wisest man that ever lived. And to fully understand what the writer, King Solomon of Proverbs, meant, we must look at the surrounding verses for context. Excuse me. So now Proverbs chapter 23 focuses on giving life advice. Reverend Plump would love this. Psalms 23 is a very popular psalm. And hopefully after this, Proverbs 23 will be a very popular psalm, because this is where the wisest man on the planet gave advice dealing with life. Now let's go to the first verse. It reads, when thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee. Verse 2, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Now, why would Solomon say that? He's saying that you need to be very cautious when you sit down to eat with a ruler. Now, by definition, a ruler is a person that exercises government, law, or dominion over you. Somebody that has some kind of authority over you. Now, a ruler can be anybody. You can let the Negro on the corner rule over you. Back in the day, you'd be like, give me your lunch money. Negro is a ruler over you. If he's taking your lunch money every day, he has some authority over him. Whether his authority is fear, it's some authority that he has over you. There's a lot of people that we give authority to. Well, I have to say it like this. Everybody that has authority over us, we give it to them. We give them that authority. Even the Negro that takes your lunch money, you give him the authority over you because you give him your lunch money. What would happen one day if you decided you wasn't going to give him your lunch money, but you gave him a fist to the eye? And he stopped asking for your lunch money. He would no longer have authority over you. It's the same thing, brothers and sisters, in life. Anybody in this world that we give authority to, based on whether it's fear or whatever, we can reverse that. Right now, politicians, that's what we call them. Y'all call them politicians. But politicians have authority over us because we give it to them based on the Constitution or whatever, all that other brown paper that people seem to give so much authority to. But Solomon is saying you got to be cautious when you're sitting down with people like this. They call you to a breakfast, or they call you to a brunch or a dinner and say, I'm going to feed, Wow. I ain't gonna tell you the name that came to my mind just then. Oh, wait. I wonder if I should say his name. I'm thinking. Ooh. Well, I'll put it like this. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his name. There's a guy that everywhere he go, he gives out money. Everywhere he go. And because he gives out money to people everywhere he go, he has a certain authority over people. People seem to want to kiss his behind and bow down and, ooh, so-and-so is coming. He's coming to our church. Everybody get excited. This guy seems to have some authority. His money gives him authority. And we give it to him. But guess what? What if you tell him, I don't want your money? I'm gonna tell y'all the story. I work for a school that teaches broadcasting and journalism to youth ages 16 to 24, right? And we were filming a church that this guy was coming to. See, I'm still in. His name keep wanting to come out of my mouth. He was coming to the church, right? And these people were so excited. We filming it and everything, right? And so I'm there, I'm filming, I'm taking pictures, and the guy, he announces on the mic that he want all ministers and pastors that's in the audience to stand up, And of course, they all stood up. And he gave all of them $100 right on the spot, you know. I go home and I'm telling my wife, she's like, where your 100? I'm like, I ain't stand up. What you mean? Why did you stand up? I said, because I don't want his money. I don't want nothing from him. You could have free money. You could have got $100. You have to understand. When this is what Solomon was telling us. We got to be careful when you're around people like this. And he's going to go more into it to tell us why. He says, it's the second verse, look at what he says. He says, put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite. What is he really saying there? So what he's saying is, if you're thirsty, y'all know the slang, the vernacular, thirsty. We know what that means. If you're a thirsty human being and a person like that comes around and you're thirsty to get whatever he's given, what he's saying is you might as well just put a knife to your throat and cut your throat and kill yourself. Now, let's find out why he said that. He says in verse 3, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. What is he saying? He's saying be careful of this free stuff they're giving out. Trump gave out what's this stimulus money. And now I hear Negroes talking about, I'm gonna vote for Trump if he run for president again, because he gonna take care of us. Dumb as a bag of rocks. Don't you understand that what Solomon's going to go on? He says in 4, labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Verse 5, will thou set thine eye upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly as eagles towards heaven. What is Solomon trying to tell us? If you're thirsty for money, free. Man, that stimulus check I was getting every 2 weeks, man. If Trump get back in, I know he's gonna reenact that, man. I'm thirsty. That's what you are, thirsty. And Trump know it. And so he's gonna use all you thirsty Negroes and Negroettes for him, so he can get in and take away all of your liberties. Y'all know that's how it go, right? It's just like a drug dealer. He give you free stuff. Get you hooked. Then once you hooked, then he come back and tell you, oh, you got to pay now. You got to pay for this. There's a lot of people paying for that stimulus stuff. Right now, they locking Negroes up. Left and right. Because everybody trying to get $20,000. Everybody going for $20,000. I got that $20,000 check. Yeah, you might get 20 years too. Solomon's trying to tell us something here. Because see, this is the wrong we've learned to live with. We learned to live with people deceiving us, people lying to us, people making us think they got our best interests at heart when they really don't. You think, I almost said it again. I'll let it slip out one thing. Well, Tahaka said it. I didn't say it. Not that I'm scared to say it. I won't get you wrong. It's just that this is my opinion, and it ain't law. And some people, and this is a problem that we have too. We take people's opinions as law. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel this way don't make it so. But I'm telling you, but if you look at it, and if you investigate and do some research and you find out that what I'm saying is true, you'll be like, brother got something to what he's saying. I hear these people always promising us stuff, and they never deliver, but yet and still, here we are, still supporting it. Hoping, wishing and praying that they might do right this time. I don't trust none of them niggas. None of them. You can throw Obama in there with them. Did I say his name? Verse 6. Here's Solomon. I think this is 2 more verses, right? Yep. Solomon's last 2 verses of this script. Verse 6, he says, eat thou not the bread of him that has an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meat. So he's saying, just to kind of make it clear, Solomon is saying, don't take stuff from rich people. Don't take stuff from people that are in authority, that claim to have authority over you, and they don't show that they have your best interests at heart. Now, some people will say Trump showed that he had our best interests at heart. Let me show you Trump's trick. Let me show you the trick that he's really pulling. See, Trump is playing chess. See, niggas play checkers. Trump is playing chess. And he's playing 5, 6, 7 moves ahead. When he ran for president, he already knew that all he had to do was give Black folks and Hispanic people money. Understand this. He didn't give it to you because he loved you. He was trying to reignite the economy because of COVID. Y'all seem to keep forgetting that. Same thing happened with Obama. Y'all think these white folks voted Obama in because they like Black people. No, they voted Obama in because they knew Obama was going to bring back the economy. Y'all remember the Wall Street crashed? What was it, 2007? Beginning of 2008? And Obama was brought right on in to build up the economy. See, we go for the okie doke. They urinate on your back until it's raining and you believe it. See, I used the good word. I didn't say that other one. We believe it. Simon is telling us, don't trust these people. And then the last verse says here, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. Look, here's $100 for you. $100. Yes, yes, yes. Take my $100, please. Yes. You think he care about you? All you care about is how he can manipulate you with that $100. How many people can we manipulate with $100? How many people can we get what they want them to do for $100? What does that make you? A garden utensil. See, I'm being nice today, boy. I'm being real nice. Well, tonight, I should say. A garden utensil. You can be bought and paid for. Proverbs warns against accepting hospitality from a begrudging host. What does it mean by begrudging? Give reluctantly and resentfully. See, you think, well, now here, this is my opinion again. It's not fact, this brother Minister Omari. I ain't got no proof. I ain't got nothing. But if y'all do the research and y'all find out that what I'm saying is true, then cool. But don't throw it away because it's my opinion. Y'all don't throw everybody else's stuff away on Facebook when it's their opinion. Hold on and do some research. See if what I say got any validity to it. Now, this dude, Willie Wilson, I said it. I told you I was going to say it. You think he's spending his money? Let's just look at it. Do you remember? Let me just ask a question. How many years have he ran for mayor and lost? 2? 2 times he done ran for mayor and lost, right? You think he's gonna win this time? I have to ask this question. When you ran for mayor once, didn't win. Twice, didn't win. And we can make this a triple header because this is going to be the 3rd time that he's not going to win. What is really his motive for running? Because he just like running and spending on, he can spend money to run these political campaigns.
2 times mayor, 1 time president.
Man, he ran for president once, right? That's his real motive for running. If you haven't noticed, just peep this. Because he gives out money, and you notice where he goes a lot to give out money? Churches. Where the majority of us so-called God-fearing people reside. You remember when Jesus, we said this on Sunday, in the 24th chapter of Matthew says that the end will come because the disciples asked him, when shall the end come? What should be the sign of the coming of the end of the day, of the end? And he said, let no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. What do you think Jesus was talking about? I love the Lord. The Lord placed on my heart to get all y'all $100. I love y'all. Ain't nobody looking out for us. Us. See, you got to make the connection, make it seem like we together. We don't live in mansion, but ain't nobody looking out for us, you know. And so God has blessed me, so I'm gonna pass it forward. You know, that's a black thing. You know, we believe in that. Oh, we pay it forward, paying it forward, right? And so if he can lock all these people in the church down to vote for him when he runs, whether he can know it ain't in, but if he can do that, who ain't gonna get it? They vote. I never thought about that. He's not getting the real vote. But see, if he wasn't he wasn't in the game, he wasn't on the ballot, then church people would have voted for somebody else. So now ask yourself this question. If, and I'm saying if, because I don't believe it, if he ain't spending his money, then whose money is he spending? Who gains to benefit if black votes are split? I'm just using what God gave me. What is that? I'm thinking. I ain't just gonna touch the news and let them tell me. I'm thinking for myself. Who gains the benefit? Because he entered the race, thousands of black votes went to him and not, let's say, LaShawn Ford. Let's just say that. Yes, thank you. Who gains to benefit? I'm gonna leave you right there. Now it's time for you to think. Let's think for a change. I like that slogan. That should be put on a t-shirt. Think for a change. It has a double meaning. You see what I'm saying? Think for a change instead of letting somebody else think for you, and think, and then things will change. Boy, God is something. He just gave me that one right quick. Y'all can bite that one. Y'all can bite that one. It ain't even mine. All right, so the world that we live in is set up on a have and have not success status. That's the world, the reality, the world that we live in. Either you have or you have not. I love that show too, Have and Have Not. Y'all seen that? It's amazing how it seemed like all these shows and, well, anyway. If you have, then those that have not are beneath you. Let's say that again. I'm telling you the thought processes of people that have. But I associate with people that got money. I know how they think. I know how I think before I associated with them. More than you, they consider themselves better than you. I live in a suburb in a $250,000, $400,000 mansion. You pay rent in Inglewood and got rats and roaches. And you paying $2,000 for rent. I'm better than you. But most of us agree because we're breaking our necks to become them. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. They have programmed us to want to be like them. We lost that $400,000 house in the suburbs. We want that because we see them with it. And because we see them with it, we want it too. Y'all know how it is. If a kid had a ice cream cone and you didn't have one, you was really upset. And the kids would be cruel, right? Y'all remember Eddie Murphy? I got some ice cream. I got some ice cream. You can't have none. Wanna lick? Say, y'all remember that? You can't get none. Your mama on welfare. They couldn't get no ice cream. And so they teased them, made fun of them. I was in school. They have the designer jeans and the clothes to wear like some of the other kids, and those kids that do have it feel like they're different. I mean, the other kids feel bad because they can't have what they have. So kids now that they want to keep up. Back in the we call it keeping up with the Joneses. I don't know who they are today, but so they ain't trying to keep up with. We even go to any means, stealing, lying, deception, in order to be able to get the things that we want so that we can feel like we are not on the low end. So we'll sell drugs. We'll prostitute ourselves for money. Just so I won't feel like I'm the bottom. At least I'm in the middle somewhere. Everybody want to classify themselves as middle class now. You notice that? Everybody think they middle class. Because nobody want to be lower. Ain't nobody gonna claim that one, right? Lower class. Ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But I'm somebody, because Jesse said it, right? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. The status of those that have causes many of them to develop this ruler, lord, boss, superiority mentality. Now, I'm going to go to the Holy Quran. Now, this past Sunday, I told you, in Toma, we read both the Quran and the Holy Bible. And I explained why we did that. So you need to go ahead and listen to last Sunday's lecture so you can understand the importance. It is very important that you understand that if you call yourself a child of God, a righteous child of God, you cannot just read one book and think that God is going to be happy with your ministry. In the Holy Quran, surah means chapter in Arabic. So I don't want you to think I'm saying something different. All I'm saying is chapter 7, surah 7. So when you hear somebody say surah, don't get all bent out of shape. Negro translation. Chapter. That's all it means. Chapter 7, ayat. Ayat in Arabic means verse. So, Surah 7, ayat 11 through 13 in the Holy Quran. Translation, chapter 7, verses 11 through 13. And it reads as follows. Verse 11. It is we who created you and gave you shape. Then we bade the angels bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. Not so Iblis. He refused to be of those who bowed down. Now, just in case you didn't know, Iblis in Arabic means Satan, the devil. This took place in heaven. The Bible tells us that the war took place in heaven. Do we know what caused the war? Who kicked it off? Does the Bible help us understand that at all? All you Bible scholars, hit me up, let me know. I'm telling you right now, no, it doesn't. But the Quran, and what I'm about to read to you right now in chapter 7, verse 11 through 13, is going to show you how Lucifer became Satan. It says that Iblis, he refused to bow down he refused to be of those who bow down. And then in verse 12, God says to Lucifer, what prevented thee from bowing down when I commanded thee? This is the key, brothers and sisters. He said, I am better than he. Thou didst create me from fire and him from clay. So when you get the I am better attitude and mentality, you are just exhibiting a satanic mindset. I'm going to say it again. Whenever you think you are better than somebody else, I don't care who it is, and you begin to think, and we already know that thoughts produce actions. If you think it, you're going to act it. So that means you're going to act and treat people in a way that's not right because you think you're better than them and you feel that you should be able to get away with treating them that way because you are better. So when God, the Father of all, right, asked all the angels to bow down, Lucifer was like, you're trying. You got me twisted. How he said that? You got me twisted. You think I'm finna bow down there? He's made of clay. I'm made out of fire. I'm made that up. Fire is better than that, right? But what Lucifer didn't know, and for those that are into pottery, that when you heat up clay, it turns into something else. It crystallizes, doesn't it? It turns a whole nother form. Where can you see why God allows Satan to do what he is doing on this planet? He's making gods out of us. The hell that we've been through and going through. We think we're going to go to, that you got to die to go to hell. You in it right now. This is hell. We're all in it right now. Minister Omari, you tripping. I ain't in no hell. I live a good life. My family loves me. My children loves me. My co-workers love me. Everybody love me. I get along with everybody. I make nice money. My bills are paid. I go to church every Sunday. I pay my tithes. Why you gonna say I'm in here? You left out you got cancer. You left out you diabetic. You left out your back hurt. You left out my foot hurt. You left out your teeth is false. Come on now. Everything ain't as peachy and cream as we want to try to make it out to be. I don't care how good you think your life is. We all catching hell. That is the best in this. I'm catching hell. Some of y'all don't know who Patti LaBelle is. Google her. Google her. YouTube. Last verse, verse 13. Holy Quran. God said, "Be down from this. It is not for thee to be arrogant here. Yes, for thou art the meanest of creatures." So God gave Lucifer the Denver boot, kicked him out of heaven because he did not obey him when he asked the angels to bow down. What? Y'all see how they go together? Until the day some of you didn't know, why did Lucifer get kicked out of heaven? And you know what? I want to read the rest of it because there's some more to it that you need to know. Because Lucifer said some stuff when God was kicking him out. He said some stuff that's very important. All right, let me see. Where is it? Probably 14. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, this is verse 14 of chapter 7 of the Holy Quran. In verse 14, now this is Lucifer, Iblis speaking. He says, "Give me respite till the day they are raised." Let me read it again. Listen closely. He said, "Give me respite." He's talking to God now. "Give me respite till the day they are raised." Now, do you need to raise something up if it ain't down? So what is that saying? That by God putting Lucifer out, kicking Lucifer out of heaven, and he becoming Satan and bringing hell to the earth, it's going to bring the children of God down, and they're going to need to be raised up out of that low condition. Damn it, who is lower than us? Oh, man. Some people on this planet as low as we are. For the planet. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there ain't other people suffering, because I know the Indians and Hindus, the Native Americans, they suffering like hell. They suffering. So I'm not being insensitive to their suffering, but if you look at history, nobody, even though the Jews want to write history as if they have suffered more than Black people. Dr. Parliament said it best. He said that the Jews' Holocaust was 600 years. It's been 600 years, 60 years. There it is. And in 60 years, they suffered. They went through some stuff, and terrible things happened that Hitler put them through. But different people, we suffered and are still suffering for over 600 years. Now, the hell of a cost. You can talk about the Holocaust all you want to. What else these have paid? Who's counting that up? Who's adding up the cost? God's children are going to get raised at some point. And in verse 15, God says, "Be thou amongst those who have respite." Now, what does respite mean? Time. Look, don't take my word for it. Look at the word, Alexa, Define respite.
From moviecultist.com. A respite is a break from something that's difficult or unpleasant. Either way, you can follow your favorite sports team and get their latest updates.
Hey, listen, be quiet about those sports. Ask you about respite. I wish that, whatever he said, it's a period of time. Lucifer asked God for a period of time before you raise up your children. And what is that saying? That's saying that Lucifer asked God to give me time. How much time? Do we know? I feel like rocking. But God gave Lucifer, aka Satan the devil, if he gave him 6,000 years time, respite, to raise hell on the earth, then after that time span is up, God is supposed to come and the children of God is to be raised up. This is what's supposed to happen. Now, let's keep going. Because God ain't through talking to Lucifer. He says, where was, oh, I turned the page. Okay, yeah, he gave him, he awarded him respite. Now, that kind of answers the question of those who say, well, why? Because I said last Sunday that God gave Satan leadership over the earth. God let Lucifer or Satan have rulership. And some people are wondering, why would God do that? He did this. I'm showing you right now why God did it. Because Lucifer asked for it. He asked for time. He asked for respite, and he gave it to him. Then he said, because this is in verse 16 now, y'all need to go out and get y'all the Quran. It ain't going to make you a Muslim to read it. Just get one and read it like you read any other book. He says, because thou hast thrown me out. No, I'm sorry. This is Lucifer talking again. He talking to God. Because now God, remember, God is giving him the boot. And on his way out the door, this is his conversation with God as he kicking him out. So Lucifer saying now, because thou hast thrown me out all the way, lo, I will lie in wait for them on the straight way. Who is them he's lying in wait for? God's righteous, right? God's righteous people. Boy, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna just keep going. You read my mind. Stop it, girl. Stop it. Verse 15. Then will I assault them from before them, behind them, to their right, and to their left. Then in the midst of them, gratitude for thy mercies. And God, in response, says, get out from this, disgraceful and expelled. If any of them follow thee, hell will I fill with you all. Now, this is the God I serve. God ain't no punk. You disobey God, you get the boot. You don't care if you're gonna be lonely. If you think you're lonely now. You don't care. And so now let's look at this. Statistics state that 85% of humanity is being ruled, governed, or controlled by a small, evil 10% of the human population. while a few 5%, Negroes that think like me, a few 5% are aware of this atrocity. They make it their life's mission to expose the 10% lies and deceptive practices to the 85%. We spend our whole life on our soapbox trying to make you see that these people don't care about you. Michael Jackson said it. He took it to his grave. All I'm going to say is that they don't really care about us. All his millions and all his relationships with all these white folks and Jews and everything, at the end, he came up with the conclusion, they don't care about us. Jay-Z tried to sneak one in. He said, still nigga. Kanye West is standing up. And he's these folks out. You ain't gonna say nothing else about Kanye. That's it. That's it. That is what this lecture series and Atonement Nation is all about. Opening our blind eye so that we can see the truth. Opening our deaf ears so that we can hear the truth. It's hard to know what to believe today, brothers and sisters. This really is. I know it is. And this is why I tell you, don't believe me. Don't believe nothing I say. Go research what I say. And then if you find that what I'm saying is true, then just come around me kissing my butt like I'm the Lord. I'm not the Lord. I'm just another Negro just like you. Standing on to some truth. And I want to pass it along to you. Don't put me on no pedestal. I'm a black man just like you. We all the same. We all are children of God. If God was to lead me today, y'all would see a total fool. I'd be an ignorant nigga walking around if it wasn't for God. Wrong, we've learned to live with. We got to start learning to live with this. We got to stop living with this crap, brothers and sisters. We've accepted diabetes as a death wish for us now. It's a death sentence. Cancer is a death sentence for us now. We've accepted it. I'm saying those who believe in God know for a surety that God is over life and death. And that God has a way to overcome cancer, a way to overcome diabetes, a way to overcome any ailment to the human family. But you ain't gonna get it being rebellious. But whether we accept it or know it or not, we have been led away from God. God say, thou shalt not kill. We kill. Let me show you what let's deal with Satan. Since we can agree now that this is Satan's world. God says, according to the Catholics, and according to the Bible, God says, thou shalt not have any engraven images, and thou shalt not bow down to them. This is one of God's commandments. But the greatest church on the planet Earth does just the opposite. They bow down to the statue of Mother Mary, kiss her feet, and the Virgin Jesus, and they worship that image, that engraven image of Jesus and his mother. And God said, don't do it. God says, oh, I think I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Let me see. Am I? Well, I'll come back to it if I do. But God says Spare the rod, you spoil the child. What is he saying? He's saying when your child gets start smelling themselves and getting out of control, put a little word to them. They're gonna die. They're gonna be all right. But Satan says, I know it's in here. I know where it is too. He dealt with corporal punishment. Don't worry about it, Ebony. Just stay where you're at. Where is it at? Here it is. Here it is. I only got 30 minutes anyway, so I'm gonna do a little skipping. I'm not gonna skip. If I get to it, I get to it. If not, we ain't gonna worry about it. So now, let's get to the facts. Let's get down to it. What is right and what is wrong? According to Webster's dictionary, and my name ain't Webster, so I didn't write this. Right is morally good, justified, or acceptable. That means doing right is something that is one, it has to be morally good. That means that you have to understand what morals are. If you have no morals, then there's no way you can be right. I mean, off the bat. Wrong is unjust, dishonest, or immoral. Here's morality connected to it again. If you want to be right, there has to be some moral compass that you guide yourself by, such as the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit fornication, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not desirous anything that is of thy neighbor's wife, thy neighbor's ox, thy neighbor's car, thy neighbor's house. These are moral standards that God gave us in order to guide us through life. Now, morality, by definition, is principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong, or good and bad behavior. I'm going to say it again. Morality, principles. What principles do you have? What principles do you stand on? I don't care what's going to happen. I am not going to steal. I will starve and die before I steal. That's a principle. I don't care what kind of trouble it gets me into. I am not going to lie. It's a principle. How many of us, including me, I know I used to lie like a champ. How many of us really, if we be honest with ourselves, how many of us are really bound by these principles and this type of morality? Do we, the younger generation, I'm asking now, does the younger generation feel that that's an old thing? You know how people say, oh, that's the Old Testament. You know, that's that old stuff. You know, that don't really happen. That's not in effect today. You know, it's no, we deal with the New Testament, you know. And Jesus said, I didn't come to get rid of the old, I came to fulfill. So if you are a principled person, if you're using principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong, good and evil, good and bad behavior, then respect plays a big part in it. Do you know that little word right there, respect, we have redefined it now. Well, I ain't gonna say we, because I didn't. I didn't redefine it. It has been redefined now to where a what it used to be was a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, meaning that you had a deep feeling and a deep admiration for a person based on some ability that they have, such as a person that gives good advice. Ain't that many of them around no more. Because Negroes just tell you what they feel based on what they've been through in their life. And you pray to God that they ain't jealous of you when they tell you. Because there's a lot of jealousy going around where people are friends with people that they are jealous of because they feel that they are a little better off than them. They got a wife and they got a kid, you know. You at home eating peanut butter and jelly, while he at home with his wife and she cooking, chicken and dumpling and mac and cheese and and hot and sweet iced tea, you know, and you drinking tap water and peanut butter and jelly. And then he invites you over, your friend, he your buddy. He invites you over to his house and you come over. And in your heart is jealousy and envy because your friend is seem to be a little better off than you. So if him and this girl get into an argument or altercation or something, and he come to you for advice, is your advice gonna be based on the fact that you just want him with her? You prefer for him to be away from her so he could be at your house, drinking tap water and eating peanut butter and jelly with you. Because misery loves company. So be careful who you allow to give advice to you. But a person that gives good advice, people will have respect for that person. Now, deception. Here we are, brothers and sisters. Jesus said it in Matthew 24. Let no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and are of the synagogue, and are not. Who said that? I'm getting another scripture mixed up. So now, can you be good without morals? Good today, brothers and sisters, is what the majority of people believe. If the majority of people of the human race believe that it's good to look out for number one, no matter who else it hurts, and if the majority of the people believe that, then in this world, that's good. In God's world, it's not good. Wrong has been made fair seeming now today. And we've learned to live with it. We've learned to live and, what's the word I want to use? Justify wrong. Because everybody's doing it. Why don't you people lie to get the PPP? Because everybody was doing it. When they mind deceive themselves and psych themselves out to believe, well, if everybody's doing it, then it must be okay. Because they can't lock everybody up. Psych. The heck they can't. They ain't trying to lock everybody up. Just you. They did that whole thing was to get you. And you fell for it, line and sinker. Somehow, more people today agree that it is good or okay for the same sex to be involved with each other. Yep, yep. Obama initiated it. So you're the 44th. They want the 44th, Yeah, he started that. You're an Obama hater. No, 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 no. I'm a deception hater. I hate deception. I hate two faces. You show the people one face and behind closed door, there's another face. Years ago, was this understanding about same-sex relationships the same as it is today? No, it was not. What changed in society, or excuse me, what changed when society felt this to be wrong 50 years ago that it would be acceptable today? What changed from 50 years ago that now here we are in 2022, it's okay? You know what changed? See, we're not under God's law anymore. We're under man's law. And guess what man that is? The one that got the boot. We're under his law now. What happened? Oh, yeah. Look, how much time do we got? I ain't had time to plug it up. 42%? No, I'm talking on the battery. I think it's like probably be like 10%, 15. Should plug in this device. 10%. 10%. We got it time. All right, look, because we only got 15, 16 more minutes anyway. So, wow, I should have just brought the plug. I thought it was, well, anyway. We changed the laws, right? We changed when we used to punish our children for doing wrong. We changed laws. I'm gonna skip a little bit. No, I'm not. I keep saying I'm gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do it. Laws. We'll go to slide 17, Sister Ebony. Since the creation of social media platforms, like 6 Degrees, I know some of y'all have never heard of that. 6 Degree was the first social media platform that was created in 1997. Another one, Friendster, LinkedIn, MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter. The opinions of individuals have been shared on these platforms, shaping other individuals' opinions. Slide 24. Social media was not the first to shape public opinion. But broadcasting media programming has played a very prevalent role in the shaping of public's opinion and what we believe. Public opinion says, I said I wasn't going to say nothing, but this is the last thing I'm going to say, that Kanye West is crazy. He seem crazy, any more crazier than you. He's bipolar, just like you. Some of you, I should say. Yeah, he's bipolar, I know. But does that mean he's crazy and that he can't speak no truth because he's bipolar? Maybe you can't speak no truth because you're diabetic. I mean, what do I just went on social media and just said, yeah, all these diabetics, you can't believe nothing they say because they be out of their mind when they sugar go up. You know, the sugar be up and they don't think right. You know, we can't listen to diabetics. And people start listening to that crap. Just because he's bipolar don't make him crazy. What makes him crazy is because social media and the broadcasting media network has programmed us to believe that when they say somebody's crazy, they are crazy. Now, do y'all remember? I know y'all probably don't, but I'm going to tell you. Hitler did the same thing to the Jews. He said that when the Jews moved into your neighborhood, that the grass stopped growing. Do it sound familiar? He said the grass would stop growing and that rats and roaches followed them. It's called propaganda. They do it all the time dealing with politicians. When they running for election, they find some dirt to slap around on their opponent. Does the dirt really be true? Sometimes. Sometimes it ain't. They just make it up. Why? Because they can. And because people like you believe that crap. You believe dirt before you believe truth. Wait, did y'all hear? It's the first that all somebody got to do is, hey, did you hear? Ears pick up. Oh, oh, so sleeping with so and so. I'm telling you the truth. You don't make